I'm joined by the chair of Vannin, that's Michael Josem, here to talk about, Americans call it like a town meeting or something, but it's going to be a virtual meeting coming up here to talk about drugs and legalisation, but particularly marijuana, is it?
Sure. So basically, we're going to be hosting Ray Lakeman, who's a well-known campaigner here on the Isle of Man for drug legalisation. It's an opportunity for different people to come and have their say, ask some questions, learn a little bit, and so I guess it's really very much just a public meeting. We're going to be doing it online on Monday evening, Monday the 9th of November at 7:30 p.m. So
your guest, this is a gentleman who lost his two sons, wasn't it, to drugs? Is that, I've got the right person, am I? I mean, that's a massive thing, but he is very much for liberalisation.
Sure, yeah, so he has his views, and so he'll be talking a little bit about those views. He'll be talking a little bit about the different legalisation options, and so the different terminology between legalisation, decriminalisation of industrial, medical, recreational, the whole gamut. And then it'll be an opportunity for people of the Isle of Man to have their say, ask some questions as they wish.
What's the stance for Lib Van? Do you have a stance?
Yeah, so we'll be listening to what people have to say.
But do you have in your manifesto at the minute, is there you want for legalisation or what?
No, so the purpose of this meeting is to listen to what different people have to say and to create it.
Well, I'll tell you what now, there'll be ones that want it and ones that don't, and it's very hard to convince people in between, I think. Anything, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure that could well be right. And so that's why, it's really appropriate that we have public discussion, in that this should not be about Michael Josem imposing his views on anyone. It should not be about Howard Quayle imposing his views upon anyone, but rather for the people of the Isle of Man to make a mature discussion. And it's sort of ironic that we're having this meeting the day after Remembrance Sunday, and in that context, I think we need to be thankful and grateful for the people who have served our nation in times gone by, to really enable us to have these discussions in public, with discussion, this fundamental principle of democracy. And so democracy is not just about casting a vote once every 5 years, but having mature and adult conversations and debate and discussion about these sort of issues.
I mean, there's drugs and drugs, A, B and C, obviously, on the tariff list. Is it, again, you coming from this to open it up just to legalise everything or just certain things, or you just purely getting people's ideas? You're not putting into this at all?
Yeah, so this is not the Liberal Vannin Party imposing their views on the Isle of Man or anything like that. This is about listening to an expert in the field and giving an opportunity for the people of the Isle of Man to ask some questions, to have their say, and to do so that in a very open and accessible democratic manner. Okay,
so as many people with different opinions, how do they do it and where they join you?
So all the details are on the Liberal Vannin website at liberalvannin.im. But in short, it's on Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. We'll be using Google Meet, and so that can be accessed by anyone using a web browser. So if you're on a PC, you're on a Mac, you're on an Apple iPhone, you're on Android, you're on a Linux, whatever you have.
As long as you're internet.
Yes, you will need internet access. Right?
And open-ended, or does this go for an hour? Or what?
So we imagine it'll go for about an hour and a half at the most. And so
are you hosting?
Yep. So I'll be there.
Do you have a view, or you're not allowed to? You're going to keep quite neutral on the whole thing?
So Michael Josem has a personal view, and my general view is that we should stop locking up and what is far too often young men from impoverished backgrounds for lengthy jail terms for relatively trivial crimes.
Okay.
And so it's really, and that's my view, and different people have their different view, and it'll be wonderful.
Well, at least you put it out there, so that starts the discussion, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And then from that, the Liberal Van will make a policy decision? Is that what you're saying? Or is
exactly. And then we will put together a manifesto come next year's election, I guess. Yeah.